everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to talk about all the books that I read last week. So I'm still feeling a little bit slumpy, and just like, I don't know, it feels like it's taking too much brain work to read, and so I'm not reading as much. However, this stack would show otherwise, and so I'm still reading. You'll just see the content and the things that I'm reading are a little bit, I don't know, not that I ever read super highbrow. Let's just get into it. So first I'm going to talk about the middle grade that I read, or that I read with my kids. And then we've got a devotional, and then we've got a handful of adult books. So hang tight. Let's get in and let's talk about the books. So the first one is a graphic novel called The New Girl by Cassandra Kalin. And this is a graphic novel. I really liked the style of it. But this is about a girl who's moving from Romania or somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, she's moving from Romania into French-speaking Canada. And so she does not speak any of the language. She starts her period on the flight over. And so she's just dealing with a lot of things. And she is the new girl, but she's in this like very multicultural school. So she makes friends, but it feels like inauthentic because it feels like it just happens really easy. Like, I'm not sure. And like, she's the new girl, but she's not ever like ostracized for being the new girl, or like, that's not even really a plot point. It's more about this girl just kind of figuring out a new language, a new body as her body is changing. And so like, I really wanted more out of this, truthfully, because this, like, she has like debilitating cramps, and it didn't go into that at all of like, what does that mean? Is that normal? Is that not normal? And like I said, the friendships and stuff felt inauthentic, and this just didn't really hit for me. So I really like the art style and would definitely give this author another shot, but this one didn't hit for me. Then we have Lulu and the Dog from the Sea. So I read the first in this Lulu series a week or two ago, and it was okay. It wasn't great for me, and I wasn't sure how these characters were going to progress, and if I liked them or wanted to pass this whole series on to my daughter or not. And this one I really enjoyed. I like this one a lot better. So Lulu and her cousin go on vacation. And there is a dog that is like known around the area as just being a stray that kind of gets into things, whatever. Well, she tries to befriend the dog. And again, it's her befriending this dog, and then her and her cousin get in trouble, and the dog saves the day. And it's just so sweet. So I really like this. And I did go ahead and get the rest of the series from the library for my daughter to read. So yeah, really happy with these. They are... Again, I'm awful at guessing what grade readers they are, but some pictures, some not, bigger font, so there's that. Then we have the Critter Club. We love these books. This is like a beginner chapter book. It's not super tough, but we still read them together. And this is Amy Looks Before She Leaps. It's number 29. And this one, we're not sure why it's called this, but it's about Amy, one of the girls, befriending a blind cat that comes into the Critter Club. And yeah, she doesn't want to let it go. It's a plot we've seen before, but these are just so sweet. I love them. Then we have the Sparkle Spa, Purple Nails and Puppy Tails. So this is number 2 in the Sparkle Spa series, and this is by Jill Santopolo, and she's the one who wrote Not All the Light We Cannot See, All the Light We Lost. Let me look, because I was looking into what else she's written to see if she has written any other series, and she wrote The Light We Lost, More Than Words. Sorry, got interrupted by an offer for tea, so there we go. Take it in the other room, please. Anyway, so she wrote a lot of adult books, and so I'm really surprised to see this, and I didn't make that connection. And so this was another one that I read the first in the series a week or two ago, and just wasn't sure if I was comfortable passing it on. And this one was cute enough. It's about 2 sisters who their mom owns a nail salon. And so they convince her in the first one to let them do their own little kid nails in the back. And so they are doing this, and they get asked to do a dog's nails. And they're kind of on that, but they do like a whole drive for the Animal Rescue Center. And they do some animal nails to try to get them adopted. And it's cute. It's sweet. This is one that I'm comfortable passing on to my daughter, but it's not one that I'm like, let's go get the whole series, because I'm not sure how it's going to end up. So we'll see. Next is Better Together, which is number 3 in the Heartwood Hotel series. So my daughters and I are listening to this on audio, and truthfully, I don't think that's the best way to consume these, because it's a slow moving, just wholesome series about a tree hotel with a bunch of animals, and we follow a squirrel. And it's really sweet. It's spring. They're having a talent show. There's some stressful stuff that bonds them together. It's really sweet, really wholesome. Like I said, it's just kind of slow moving. And I think reading it physically would allow you to kind of immerse yourself in the world. And whereas audio, I feel like it's just not the greatest way, but we're enjoying listening while we do our puzzle. And so it's a fun time. We've got one more to read. Then one more not I don't know. This one is Nancy Drew and the Clue Crew, number 36, The Secret of the Scarecrow. So we are committed to finishing this 40-book series. And this one was by far the worst for me. I don't know who wrote it or what was going on, but they use the term OMG a lot, which is something I really, really don't like. And it's just also poorly written. Like, the whole premise is that the class makes a scarecrow and somebody takes it home for the weekend to protect it. And like, it's a scarecrow. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to leave the classroom. You don't have to feed it. Why would somebody have to take it home? Well, then of course it gets like stolen from the person's house and who done it. But like I said, it was very like Valley Girl and phrases I don't love. And the whole premise didn't make sense. So this is like a 2-star. Like I said, we've got 4 books left. And so we're going to just kind of power through. Then Misty Inn, this is Welcome Home, and this is the first of Marguerite Henry's Misty Inn. Now, I should probably do more research about this because I'm not sure. This is based on Marguerite Henry's books, and this is about a girl who, her and her brother and her parents are moving to the island where her mother is from to open a bed and breakfast, and the island is like known for horses. So they go there and nobody's happy about it because they're leaving the city, going to this island, but their grandparents are there. So that's nice. And the grandparents have like horses. And so it is about a newcomer coming in. It's all about the horses. It's none about the bed and breakfast, none about like moving to a new area. It's just all about the horses. And there's some body shaming in here that I didn't appreciate. And so I won't be passing this series on. I know, I'm sure like it's very wholesome other than that. And I'm sure the rest of the series is fine, but we don't need to introduce those thoughts and those comments. And so we're going to let this go. Then I read another series that I had started and to kind of pre-read, and I wasn't 100% sure about it. And that is the Penny Draws series. So I picked up Penny Draws a Team Sport a couple weeks ago. It's book number 5 in the series. And these are like, you can listen to, they do have audio. You can listen to these on audio, but they do have little like comic drawings throughout. Because this is about a girl named Penny who draws and writes a journal to her dog in a way like as a means of coping with anxiety. And so by jumping into number 5 in the series, I didn't get any of that. And I wasn't sure if like I was going to like this series, like this character, anything like that. And starting at the beginning, I love her. Penny was one of the more relatable characters that I have ever seen and in a book, and she has anxiety and she worries about a lot of different things. So in this one, her best friend starts like hanging out with the mean girl, the school mean girl, and she's not sure why, and like she's kind of ditched her and she's not sure why, and so she's trying to figure out that and how to cope with that, as well as just we're learning about her life, and something is weird going on with her mom. We don't know what, and so she's really worried about that. And there's a lot of things going on that this really just sets the tone. But there were times when I laughed out loud in this book, and even more so in the next one, which is Penny Draws a School Play. So there's a school play, and one of her good friends wrote the play and gives her the role of a bat. So the bat has no speaking, but she's still super anxious about it. We now know what was going on with her mom. She's expecting babies, twin babies. They're moving their house. A lot is going on. And in both of these books, she meets with what she calls her feelings teacher, and which is like the school counselor, and talks about her feelings and talks about coping strategies for the worries and anxieties she's having. And it just like, I wish I would have had a feelings teacher, and she's allowed to go to this feelings teacher whenever anything happens. There's like a power outage, and she's allowed to go to this feelings teacher and have somebody like in real time help her through things. And I loved it. So this one is about the school play. It's about her friends. She's moving to this new house. She has a neighborhood friend and a school friend who know each other from like the county or whatever spelling bee, and they don't like each other. So she's anxious about moving. She's anxious about her family growing. She's anxious about her 2 best friends from different worlds meeting. She's anxious about the play, but it's just in a very, very realistic way. Now, I would say these are probably like 4-star reads for me. Again, I laughed out loud in this one. And the reason it's not higher is just because like there is some brattiness. There's some stuff that like the mean girl is awful, and Penny is not great back to her, but she is. And there are definitely like a lot of like, oh, okay, so, maybe we shouldn't judge people. Maybe like, there's a lot of good revelations that she has in a very palatable way that I think, like, again, I'm reading all of these as a 30-something-year-old woman, but I think she's in 5th grade. If I was a 5th grader reading this, I think this would have been so relatable and not in a, like, cheesy, in your face, here's the moral, here's the Full House theme song coming in, just in a way that is really, really great. So I like this a lot, and I'm, like, seriously considering ordering the entire series because I am anticipating I'm going to have at least one kid that struggles with anxiety a little bit. And so, yeah, definitely excited to pass these on. And it is currently 5 or 6 books. And like I said, I know the first 4 have audio. And so if you are interested in reading it that way, I don't think you're missing much in the photos. But either way, it's a fun way to consume it. Then last for the like middle grade-y stuff, this is a book that my daughters and I read over Easter, and this is Darkest Night, and then you flip it and it's Brightest Day. So it is a week leading up to Easter and the week after Easter. And so it is, let's open a page. So we've got all of this. It's you read it, and then there are little discussion questions here at the end with answers and scripture references. And we loved this. I thought it was a really palatable, again, understandable way to set the tone and understand what the week leading up to Jesus's crucifixion was like and what after was like for everybody around him. And I just thought this was so good. We really love this Marty Machowski for devotionals and things. And this is just a beautiful book. And it is something I think we'll return to every year. This year we did do like an Easter unit study from Gather Round that was also about this same topic. But I feel like this book almost did the whole content better in I mean, there are more activities, and I'm not comparing the two, but this definitely gave the information in a really good, meaningful way. So there's that. So now let's talk about the adult books. Okay, one thing before I talk about the adult books, I completely forgot to say that these Penny Draws books are written by Sarah Shepard, who is the author of Pretty Little Liars. And so I never read or watched or any of that Pretty Little Liars, and this is not nearly like that level of catty or anything from what I understand, but fun fact, we are reading a lot of authors that also have adult or YA stuff. So this is just fun fact on that. So now let's get into the adult books. So I tried reading Christian fiction thrillers to see if I liked them, and I DNF'd this. So I'll link the vlog down below. But this is a romantic suspense that has so much hype. I really wanted to like it, and I just didn't, so I DNF'd it. Then we have Reading People by Anne Bogle. So this says how seeing the world through the lens of personality changes everything. So Anne Bogle is a very bookish person. I've read everything she's written. I really love her stuff. I thought this was going to be about like the personality of readers and what that means. That's not what this is. She is big into like personality types and different methods of determining your personality type and how you can use that information to understand yourself and others better. And so she goes through some of the most popular ones. Let's see if it says there's not really a table of contents, I don't think, but she talks about Enneagram, Myers-Briggs. Let's see. Like highly sensitive people, the 5 love languages, Kiersey's temperaments, like I said, Myers-Briggs, the MBTI cognitive functions, the Clifton Strengths Finder, the Enneagram, and that's it. And so she's talking about all those different things, and some of them I was familiar with, some of them I was not, and I definitely wanted to go ahead and just deep dive into my personality and others, because there were times I was like, oh my gosh, that makes sense. That makes sense why these things happen in my brain. And like, if I understood that, because I'm into the Enneagram. I'm an Enneagram type 2 with a 3 wing. And I feel like that explains a lot about me. And I also feel like that has really helped me understand where my brain, my perspective is different than other people's. Like, oh, not all people feel this way when this happens. And so like I'm into the personality type things too. So I really want to look more into this. But not what I expected, and kind of a fun time. Like this was, I was really needing a refresh, and so a nonfiction normally gets me a refresh, so there's that. And then really what I picked up to refresh was It's Better This Way by Debbie McComber. Hold on, I'm going to pause while the background noise is super loud, and then I will come back. So this Debbie McComber, I knew I was feeling slumpy. I was really DNFing a lot of things. And so I picked up It's Better This Way by Debbie McComber because this is my only Debbie that is on my shelf that was a standalone. But I just knew I needed a women's fiction, something easy, something that would just make me feel good. And this fit the bill. This was 4 stars for me. So this is about a woman named Julia. Her and her husband got divorced 6 years ago. She is an interior designer. So it really like kind of hurt her to sell their house and move into a condo, but she did it. And she meets this guy in a gym, and so it's kind of their romance, but it's her with her 2 grown daughters, and just her relationship with them was very like Rory and Lorelai Gilmore. They're very open. I mean, they're adults. One's getting married, and so I loved the relationship she had with her daughters. And then like she has this romance with this guy, but it's very slow burn and very, closed door. And it's kind of convoluted because their exes, they're both divorced. Their exes are involved. And so is it realistic? Probably not. But I really love this main character, really love getting to know the family. And I just love this. And so 4 stars, it was the exact right book at the right time. If I read it at a different time, I don't know that I would love it, but I love Julia, and yeah, I really liked it. Her dad always said, it's better this way. And so even though it seems like it's not, her husband left her for someone else, this wedding, her daughters are kind of estranged from the husband after the divorce. And so that's not great, especially with a wedding coming up. And the ex-wife is awful. There's some interactions with her, but it the female relationships end up really well. This is just, I really want to be Julia when I grow up. So there's that. And then last is Sandwich. So this is actually going to be in my haul for this month. So spoiler alert, I found this at the Friends of the Library bookstore. And so this is a short book by Catherine Newman that I have heard a lot of people talk about. It is 221 pages. No, it's not. It's just a little bit longer than that, but not much. 230 maybe. And I loved this, but I wanted more. So this is about a woman who her name is Rocky, I think. Rocky. She is in the sandwich generation. So she has got newly adult children and aging parents, and she's kind of in the middle. They always go on this week-long vacation in the summer. So they're there, and we get things that kind of trigger the past as well as things that kind of glimpse forward to the future as her 2 adult children are there, her parents are there. Her husband is there, all of that. And so we get to know Rocky's past, and we get to know what happened, and major trigger warnings for a lot of things, for miscarriage, for abortion, for all sorts of things going on. And so this is heavy, and I loved Rocky. I loved the family, but I just wanted more. And there are conversations between Rocky and her daughter about gender identity and sexuality and all of that kind of stuff. And it felt like checking a box because of the brevity of it. It felt like checking a box. And so I didn't like that. And I just wanted more. I feel like we got in Rocky's head, and we got to be with her in the past, and we got a really quick glimpse into the future. But like we were in Rocky's head. I just wanted to be there longer and know her and know the family better. Specifically, like the family was pretty weak. It just needed 50 to 100 more pages, and it would have been like near enough 5-star for me. So that is everything that I read in this past week. It has been a good week. Here we've got just a handful of days left in April, and I really want to do some readathons in May. You'll see my TBR coming up later this week. But I also really want to mood read because I'm feeling fragile. And I'm trying to read through some books for my daughters, but I'm also kind of over that. I'm anticipating, this is way off topic. I'm anticipating a really huge TBR in May because May is always the library book sale month. And so I'm anticipating a huge book haul revisit. And so I'm just going to try to soak up the end of May here, April mood reading, and just trying to get fully out of this slump. So let me know what you read in the last week. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.